I can't believe August is already here. It is time for your Gap and Go trades for the week of August 3rd through the 7th. I will go over price targets, have a gap recap from July 27th through the 31st, and update the chart as well. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. First up is NEO. We ended the day at 488, up 0.83%. This is where we landed. To the north side takes us to resistance and a potential take profit area at roughly 495. Above that, retracing to levels we've seen in 2025, which would be roughly $5, and then to 504 for another level of resistance and another potential take profit area down the road. Now, the middle of the trend takes us to right here, which is close to a line we've already been to. Let me change that. And because it's so close to this line that I marked on Thursday the 2nd, I will delete it. I don't need any of these lines. These are just to show you where potential support and resistance and middle of the trend lines could be. Now below that, at one level of support and another potential buy-in area, 478, 474, and then down the road back to 469. So what happened during the week? Well, we started all the way down here at one level of support, and that is a potential rebound area. We gapped up, so there will be a reversal to the downside whenever that should happen. I shall mark that right now. All right, so we went up. This is resistance, fell down, grinding sideways, as you can see. Another gap developed. It closed on Thursday the 30th, opened up on Wednesday. So that's just a quick little gap play for you. And as you can see, there's another one right here that closed on Wednesday. So that is no longer in play to the upside. Delete, delete. This closed down at roughly 471. We reversed, closed that there. And then for this gap, we touched but did not close. So this will be in play for this upcoming week. And what happened here? Oh, this one closed. We went down and then up, and it touched right there on Friday. So congrats if you played this one to the upside at roughly 488. And this gap begins at 489, closes out at roughly 497. And if we continue upward, the middle of the trend could take us to 508. But watch out for these gaps to the south side. I think, is there another one as well? That may be it. I'll have to go back and check. Oh, let's close out this one. This took us to, well, it started at 463, took us down to roughly 459. So I will go back and delete that later. Next up is Tsly. This one whipped us all over the place. My goodness. All right, we ended the week at 2107, up 0.62%. One level of resistance, 2116, 2131, and then down the road, 2147. The middle of the trend is right here. Last week it was down here. That's crazy. So that is support where we could bounce off of or grind sideways to finally go up a little bit. Now we've got many levels of support and resistance through here. Turn on your VWAP for some ideas. 2055, support buy-in, stop loss 2039, and 2024. Okay, let's just go to the next one very quickly. Oops, let's go to Nike. We ended the week at 41.71. Resistance, take profit, 42.29. 42.67, down the road, 43.03, the middle of the trend, and one level of support, roughly 41.52-ish, right there, 53-ish. Okay, 40.79, stop loss 40.50, another stop loss area 40.03, and a potential buy-in area if you dare. Now, what happened last week? This gap is still in play, taking us to roughly 43.16. This gap that opened up on Monday is done. That took us down to 42.14. Okay, we are in a downward channel on the 5. Of course, you're going to get different buy and sell signals depending upon what time frame you trade in or look at. Let's go to the next one, Boeing. 216.14, down 2.15%. We had earnings, as you can see right there. All right, they brought in $296 million. Revenue up 11%. So many stocks ran on, was it Friday or Thursday, and then gave it back on Friday, like Apple did. That was a nightmare. All right, resistance. 222.21, 224.76, and down the road 228.88. The middle of the trend is right here, very close to where we were. So I marked this one out for the week of Monday, June 8th. Let's delete that line since it's so close to the current line. All right. Then we have all these levels of support and resistance, 208.73, 205.95, and then down the road back at 202.13. So what happened this past week? Well, we closed a gap there and expected move down to 209.81. This one took us to roughly 221.45. Okay, that's a delete there. Congrats if you went long, and now we gave it up. Bounced off of this line I marked out, and we have other gaps to be aware of. This one takes us down to roughly 199-ish, 15, and then this one, and then this little one. I'll fix that later. Oh, what happened here? This one took us to 224 in an expected move. Delete, delete. And that's supposed to be 24, but close enough. And then the next target is going to be a retracement to this area. That is it for Boeing. Let's go to Rivn. Rivn was last time. Nike was number 1. Now Nike is number 3. Let me hit Option R. All right, 1522 is where we ended. Resistance, take profit, takes us back to 1577. Oh wait, that's the middle of the trend too, so let's mark that out while I'm here. Let's erase this one and this one. So this one was the previous week, out of here, I don't need it. And then this one I marked out on the Monday the 15th for that week. Let's delete it. Okay, and then above that, resistance 1638, 1671, and roughly 1703. Now, support, buy-in, stop loss, stop loss, support, potential buy-in 1514, retracing back here 1481 and 1449. Now, what happened the previous week? Well, we had this gap open up and close on Tuesday. That took us down to 1590. This gap in an expected move, did it touch? The only way sometimes you can tell is to make this thing expand. I'm going to give it as a win. Okay, that's done. 1717, done. Delete. Where's my delete? Yeah, see? It barely touched it. Yeah, it's fine. And my line is very thick, too. All right, we have, come on, this and this gap to look forward to whenever we stop going downward. And don't forget, we have these gaps that will take us to eventually 1138. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at NIO, Tsly, Nike, Boeing, and Rivn. If there's a ticker you want me to go over, please let me know, and have a super fantastic trading week.